From the moment Aqua declared his desire to get revenge and kill his father, we have been waiting years to see what would actually happen once Aqua actually got the chance to meet him. What will Aqua do to the man behind Ai's death? Needless to say, this video will contain spoilers for the moment Aqua finally meets his father, a meeting that happened at a very pivotal point in the story, right after the filming of the 15-year line movie centered around Ai. It's during the very same flash-forward interview we saw in Chapter 9, which is happening now in the present. Finally, we get to see the full context behind those words Aqua said. The interviewer who has watched the screening of the movie felt the character Aqua played was a very painful one. Yet Aqua still appeared in the movie, and the interviewer wonders if Aqua did it for Ruby or Ai. Aqua answers the same way he answered in the flash forward by stating he acts for his own sake, and everyone else can choose how they feel about it. When the interviewer asks Aqua why it feels like he cares so much about the other actors, Aqua also states he doesn't love anyone, and will never return the feelings to anyone who loves him. However, the interviewer can tell Aqua is lying. He seems to know Aqua is just trying to keep his distance from them, and questions why Aqua is going so far to bottle himself up. So finally, Aqua answers by saying it's because acting is his revenge towards Hikaru Kamiki, who's none other than the person interviewing Aqua. He tells his father that they can't move into the future until he gets his revenge. However, Hikaru doesn't even seem bothered about Aqua's desire for revenge. Instead, he just comments about Aqua finally learning everything. He enjoyed the movie very much. The information was accurate and it was a great story, but the movie is still fiction. According to Hikaru, it was fabricated, exaggerated, and everything inconvenient was still kept hidden. To him, the movie is nothing but an ordinary piece of fiction that can be found anywhere. Hikaru used Ai's kiss scene for example, stating that the movie portrayed his relationship with Ai as an awkward love relationship, appropriate for their age. In reality, Hikaru clarified that it was just a one-sided relationship, where he was the one relying on Ai. The real Ai wasn't that affectionate, and the real him was craving love. Hikaru believes that Ai never loved him once. In the end, he clung to the woman who dumped him, and then killed her out of spite. Hikaru understands that this movie will get him killed socially though, and congratulates Aqua for attaining his revenge. Hikaru believes that revenge was what Ai must have wanted, and accepts it because he loved her from the bottom of his heart. He's also glad he got to speak with his son, and comments that Aqua must be annoyed his crazy murderer father is forcing his father-like feelings upon him. With that said, Hikaru is about to exit the room, before Aqua tells him to wait. He questions if Hikaru really didn't get what Ai wished for Aqua to do through the DVD. Does Hikaru really not understand the 15 years of lies that Ai has been telling him? Aqua firmly reiterates to Hikaru that the movie is not fiction. Then we get a flashback of Hikaru's memories of him and Ai. Back then, Hikaru had believed they were the same and understood each other. Ai had accepted him and loved him. She was the only one for him, and Hikaru believed he was the only one for her. However, everything fell apart one day when Ai said it might be better if they stopped seeing each other. When Hikaru asked why, Ai revealed that she was pregnant. Hearing that, Hikaru suggested they should get married and live together, but it's immediately rejected by Ai. She admits Hikaru is handsome and wouldn't mind dating him, but says that being with him forever is a bit too much for her. Plus she also knows that Taiki is Hikaru's son with Airi. She then turns around saying that's just tough and she can't bear that. The baby she's carrying is also difficult to comprehend as well, so she's just done with the relationship. Then as she walks out the door, Ai tells Hikaru that she can't love him. From there we cut back to the present Hikaru, telling Aqua that Ai's reaction was only natural. She knew what he had done and chose to leave him. Hikaru then admits that he was indeed the one who gave Ryosuke her address. He didn't mean to dodge responsibility at all, but also never thought Ryosuke would actually kill Ai. Hikaru just wanted to scare her a little bit to understand despair. The despair Hikaru felt when the girl he loved so much, someone he was willing to sacrifice his life for, told him she couldn't love him. Hikaru then slumps back onto the door in silence before Aqua asked him if he really believed Ai's words. Hikaru says of course he did, since everything Ai said was the norm. In reality, Ai was also a normal human being, living a normal life. She stayed away from terrible things, had both cruel and selfish sides, and really was just an ordinary girl you could find anywhere. Hikaru is certain that Ai didn't love him, and that she was just like anyone else. However, Aqua counters that by asking why were they born then? If what Hikaru said was true, then why did Ai choose to give birth to Aqua and Ruby? While holding the DVD Ai left him, Aqua questions if Hikaru ever thought of the meaning behind that choice. He then tells his father that the first screen they showed was incomplete, and they're currently debating whether they should show a specific piece of footage in the end credits. Aqua then presses play on a remote, which activates the projector, showing a video of Ai behind Hikaru. I figures that Aqua would have wondered why she really broke up with Hikaru, so she says that she could tell Hikaru was already at his limit. She knew Hikaru had become afflicted by the dark side of the entertainment industry and became dependent on her. To Ai, it felt like Hikaru was being crushed by the weight of life and on the verge of break-in. When Ai learned that she was pregnant, she thought that Hikaru definitely can't take any more than this. That's why she said she couldn't be burdened with him, so they should break up, and why she said she couldn't love him. I genuinely thought that maybe Hikaru would be okay once the kids and her were out of his life. She didn't really understand what it means to love someone, so she gets really anxious. Ultimately, I decided to believe that lies are love. At first, she was scared to give birth, because she knew it would become a burden to Hikaru, but she couldn't do that. Then I finally admits that the truth is that she really wanted to be with Hikaru forever, which shocks Hikaru to his core. We even get a glimpse of Hikaru, Ai, and the twins together as a family, as Ai states that she wanted to carry the burden he carried, and raise their children together. She wanted to spend her future with him. After all, Hikaru really was the first person she truly wanted to love, even though she didn't really understand love. Then she asked Aqua, with his perspective as a 15-year-old, does he think her words back then were really lies? The words "I can't love you," that was a lie, wasn't it? Then Ai gives her final request to Aqua and Ruby as adults. If Hikaru is still lost, at the time of them watching her message, Ai wants them to help him, together with her. And so the message ends, and Aqua clarifies to Hikaru that Ruby acted out the words "I can't love you" as a lie. Ruby honored Ai's request properly in the movie, the 15-year lie. By now, Hikaru is reaching for Ai's hand on the screen, as Aqua states that the movie is really a timeless love letter from Ai to Hikaru, who she pushed away back then. It also acts as the twins' revenge on Hikaru for not truly understanding Ai. The interesting thing was that Ai never revealed Hikaru's name once during the recording, and she was still worried about him till the end. After hearing Ai's words, Hikaru crouched down before her, completely powerless, as if he'd become empty. Then after a while, he got up silently and headed to the door. When Aqua asks where he's going, Hikaru just says he's going to do what he can for Ai before leaving. Ruby tries to stop Hikaru, but Aqua stops her from chasing him. His revenge, or rather Ruby's revenge, is over now. You see, Aqua still wanted to kill Hikaru, but Ruby made a choice. Ruby was someone who should have suffered the same pain as him, yet she chose forgiveness. So that's their answer, and the movie was produced with that in mind. However, it's not completely over yet, as Aqua realized Hikaru must have conspired with someone else when it came to the deaths of people like Yura, Ryosuke, and Goro. A superfan who wished for Ai's downfall more than anyone else, yet admired Ai just as much. That someone was the former Bikomachi member Nino. As for Hikaru, after his talk with Aqua, he tried to convince Nino to turn themselves into the police. That's how Hikaru attempted to atone for his actions. In the end, Aqua gave Hikaru a punishment worse than death, by making him realize Ai loved him all along. Hikaru's whole demeanor changed once he learned the truth. He was fine with having his reputation ruined after confessing his sins and letting society judge him. In fact, Hikaru told Nino he knew that day would come and didn't mind rotting like that. However, Hikaru wrongfully believed Aqua's master plan was to use the public's mouths to kill him. No, while Aqua would have liked to personally kill him with his bare hands, he went even further by breaking Hikaru mentally and emotionally with the truth. Hikaru can live peacefully with his reputation ruined socially, but knowing that Ai truly loved him and he was the reason behind her death will tear him up from the inside for the rest of his life, however long it lasts. That's how Aqua completely broke his father and got his revenge. Whether that's ultimately Aqua's true revenge though, remains to be seen. He stated that it was Ruby's revenge after all, so I think Aqua might get his true revenge by dealing with Nino. Let me know in the comments how you felt about this being their revenge on Hikaru though. And as always, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like and subscribe. I got some more Oshi No Ko content here too that you can check out. Peace.